Fettuccine Alfredo. It's about as authentically Italian as pepperoni, Super Mario, and but just because it's some quasi-Italian American abomination doesn't mean it's not delicious as We'll just need to follow a few basic steps to streamline our cooking process. Let's start with the chicken. I've got a pack of boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I'm going to fillet, that is, to slice in half lengthwise. I'll lay the breast down flat and carefully slice horizontally through the muscle to get two roughly even chicken slices. Be sure you're using a freshly sharpened knife here. Also, apparently, you need to check your chicken for bones, so that's cool. If you have some particularly thick breasts, you might want to lay them out after slicing and use a meat mallet to flatten them a little to help them cook more evenly. Your butcher might also sell pre-sliced cutlets if you don't want to do this yourself. With the chicken prepped, we can contemplate our blackening spices. Now, I'd love to tell you that I painstakingly tested dozens of spice blends before arriving at my recipe, but no, I tried this combination once and I liked it well enough that I didn't want to try again. Cooking is all about efficiency after all. Anyway, in a small bowl, we'll combine roughly 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of some dried herbs. I'm using oregano and thyme. Half a teaspoon or 23.27654371 cranks of freshly cracked black pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Give that a whisk, or 2, or 3. Now set aside without realizing you left out the most important ingredient. Before we realize our grievous mistake, we'll give our cutlets a liberal coating of our spice blend. Shake off any excess and let rest while we coat the rest of the chicken. Once coated, we're ready to sear our meat. I'm using this 12-inch stainless steel sauté pan. You'll want something tall-sided for the sauce we're making later. You'll want to add a generous amount of olive oil here to help keep the chicken from sticking. And this is the point when I realized I forgot to add salt to the spice blend, so off camera I'll add a generous pinch to each side of the cutlets. Our pan is over medium-high heat, and once it's hot, I'll lay in a few of the cutlets. If you keep them moving for the first few seconds, just until the very outer flesh is cooked, it will also keep them from sticking. Let them cook for 3 to 4 minutes before flipping, then sear for an additional 3 to 4 minutes, or until the internal temperature of the chicken reaches 155 F 68C. Once all of the chicken is cooked, you'll want to wash out your pan to remove the oil and any burned spices. Once clean, return to medium-high heat and we can begin to build our Alfredo sauce. First, add 1 cup or 230 grams of heavy cream, then 3 tablespoons, 45 grams of salted butter. Whisk to combine and bring to a hard simmer, then cook the cream mixture until it's been reduced by about half. While the cream reduces, we'll set a pot of water to boil for the pasta. I'm using these premium semolina fettuccine noodles. Fettuccine is particularly good at holding onto thick sauces, but whatever pasta you want to use is fine. Back to our sauce, and the cream mixture has roughly reduced by half. At this point, we'll kill the heat and add half a cup, 115 grams of cold heavy cream to stop the cooking. Give that a stir, and then once all the bubbling has stopped, we'll add about 2 ounces or 60 grams of freshly grated pecorino cheese. Normally, for Alfredo, you would use Parmesan cheese, but I forgot to buy some, so I'm using pecorino instead. It's fine, I'll just have to be careful about adding any additional salt, as pecorino is much saltier than Parmesan. Now, as long as the bubbling has stopped and you stir the cheese in briskly, there should be no risk of your sauce breaking. But you can also move the pan off the hot burner prior to adding the cheese if you want to be extra careful. As long as your cheese doesn't get too hot, it should smoothly integrate into the cream without creating lumps. I'll add a pinch of kosher salt and many cranks of black pepper here. Now set aside while we drain our finished pasta, taking care to catch a little bit of the starchy pasta water in a glass. This will help to emulsify our sauce so it clings better to our pasta. I'll throw in a few tablespoons of our starchy pasta water as well as the pasta, and then stir vigorously to emulsify and further creamify our sauce. Adjust with more pasta water until the sauce has reached your desired consistency. Now add the chicken, which I diced up off camera. Give that a stir and taste for final seasoning. And here we're left with a supremely smooth, creamy, cheesy sauce paired with our smoky, mildly spicy chicken. And with just a little bit of work, this can be yours. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what my next recipe should be. And of course, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.